Hi, everybody, and welcome back to video number 3 in Chapter 17. As to finish this chapter up, we're going to now look at allocating overhead costs to service companies. Previously, we've been using manufacturing companies, as you know, but it's also applicable for service companies using activity-based costing. So, what are those possibilities a little bit? Here at unit level, batch level, service level, and facility level, a service company may sell a ticket to a fan, hire vendors and security for a game in batch level, schedule a season of games at the service level, or maybe even clean the arena, provide utilities, etc. A hotel would have similar kinds of activities, and so would online education, our favorite subject, of course. Delivering an online course, creating a new course, maintaining the course sites, etc. All right, let's take a look at it in a little more depth. Here, we're going to talk about clerical support, and we budgeted $90,000. We've had facility services. We budgeted $48,000. Client consultations, documents prepared, billable hours, and court dates. And those are going to be the activity cost drivers for these activities. And we've identified a budgeted activity usage of 300 documents, 2,400 billable hours, and 12 court dates. Now we then apply the budgeted costs and divide through by the budgeted activity usage, and that gives us our activity rates. Now, we take a look at our two departments. We have litigation support and fraud investigation. And what we do is we divide that 300 documents up here into those two pieces. Same thing with billable hours and court dates. Now we're in position to make our calculations. We take the number of documents multiplied by the activity rate, and gives us $67,000, etc., etc. And our total allocated cost is going to be $117,000. And we have a number of units, in this case, the number of cases, which is 39. So our overhead cost per case is going to be $3,000 for litigation. For fraud, considerably less. We don't have nearly as many documents, but we have a fair amount of billable hours, but not very many court dates. And those court dates are expensive at $3,000 per court date. So that's pretty dramatic difference between the cost per case for fraud versus litigation. And I think you can see that if you're a lawyer, this activity-based costing can be beneficial. So now, what do we do with those costs that are below the gross profit line? And when we're below the gross profit line, we're talking about operating costs. And those are generally divided into selling and general and administrative expenses. And here, we're going to look at how we allocate those to products and assess profitability. So don't get confused on this. This is not going to go into cost of goods sold. This is below the line being the gross profit line. So our customer profitability here determines the profitability of each customer. And we can compute that customer activity by dividing our budgeted customer support cost by the budgeted base, just like we did before. So here's our customer support activity base. We have customer support budgeted at $250,000, and the budgeted technician miles at 100,000 miles. So that's going to give us $2.50 per mile. And now, here, properly shown, is the direct materials, direct labor, direct overhead for Six Flags. And then that gives us our gross profit. And then below that gross profit line, we're going to have these customer costs, which we just calculated at $500. 200 miles here times $2.50. So I think you can see that the customer is going to make $1,100 of customer income. That customer being Six Flags. All right, that concludes chapter 17. And when we come back, we'll talk about chapter 18. Until that time, bye for now.